What's up, Dick Smugglers? It's your BJSRFXX back here with a video, actually a story time that actually has occurred back then in 5th grade. You know, 8-year-old Oscar wasn't really thinking through when he did this. You know, kind of regrets, kind of no regrets at the same time, and I'm basically here to tell you the story of the day I took porno magazines to school. Alright? You know, so the day before I actually did this, I was digging through the garage even though I wasn't supposed to, and I found porno magazines in the garage. I specifically remember that they belonged to my cousin. And so what happens is, at the same time my friend fucking calls me, I tell him about this, and he said, dude, I dare you to fucking take this to school. I dare you to take them to school. And so me being the immature little fuck that I was back then, 10-year-old Oscar just actually went with it. So I loaded up my fucking backpack with it, and, you know, off to school I was, and literally, like, he didn't think I was gonna bring him, and so sure enough, I fucking did. And what ends up happening is that he's like, dude, let me have one. I said, sure, not thinking much of it. And when it was class time, his dumbass decides to show the kids that were sitting right next to him. I kid you not. His dumbass decides to fucking take it out, start showing all of his friends. And I'm like, oh my god, you fucking retard. And then, like, literally, it was getting to the point where the teacher was catching on to it. And I was like, no way am I gonna fucking get in trouble because of this piece of shit. And basically, my friend from kindergarten, he found out about them, and he found out that I was the one that has the backpack full of them. And so I don't know what the fuck happened. You know, I was trying to get through my day, you know, peacefully, and, you know, I just wanted to go home already. And so what ends up happening is that since he found out about him, he snitched. And I was like, this motherfucker. And, like, literally, like, I was mad because, straight up, not only that it was my friend's fault, my friend from kindergarten fucking snitches on me. And so we're in deep shit. And I'm like, okay, if I'm giving you I told him, if I'm giving you something like that, that's for you to fucking keep to yourself, you idiot. And he's like, dude, I'm fucking scared. I was like, well, you obviously weren't scared when you were fucking showing off that, fucking titties and pussy. And, like, at the same time, it was at a laughing matter. No lie, like, we were kind of laughing about it too. But, like, they basically, my bitch ass 5th grade teacher said, first get your lunch, then come to the office. And so we go to the office, and I remember the just look of pissed off that my bald ass fucking principal had. Because back then in elementary, the principal was like the scary thing to fucking face. Now, like, in high school, you don't even have to face the fucking principal. That's why they have a fucking dean. Anyways, I remember specifically, he just had the face of a pissed off guy. And so, straight up, he's like, where did you guys get those? Where did you guys bring them? Why did you guys bring them? He basically kind of like rats himself out. Like, oh, we're in a call, this and that, and that. I was like, Jesus, this guy's giving too much information to the other one. And like, straight out. And like, we have to tell our stories, man. Like, I don't feel like fucking talking about the stories. All I know is that we got in trouble. Our parents were called, but at the same time, it was a laughing matter. My dad was actually laughing about it. And, well, my dad, he was like straight out laughing about it. And like, he basically knocked sense into the fucking principal, because all the bald-ass bastard want was to try to get us into fucking custody of child services, I believe. Because that's what school do. That's what school does, you know. They also get involved with fucking child services and shit like that. And so, you know, straight out fucking, like, the principal kept on trying to ask my dad, like, where did they get him? And my dad straight up just said, motherfucker, it doesn't matter where the fuck he got him. What matters is, he like basically said, what matters is why did they bring him? Like, basically the principal was my dad's bitch in the situation. And my dad straight out told him, like, motherfucker, does it matter where they got him from? You know, and like this and that. And like, honestly, really didn't matter, honestly. He was just trying. The principal never just liked us, honestly. Fucking hell, fuck out notifications. I hate them. Anyway, so like, yeah. And I remember, like, once when we were out, like, school was out too, like, this thing took forever. Like, school's out, the walk of shame that I have to fucking do to my mom and dad's car. Like, the walk of shame, dude. And like, through all of that, the only punishment that I got, he took away my favorite sweater. I was mad, dude. Like, it was like, it's hot. I never want to see you wearing a sweater on a hot day. And I just said, it's not hot. He's like, whatever, I don't give a fuck. Take it off. And I was like, oh, okay. And so, yeah, like, nothing really much happened. And so, I remember the next day, it got worse for us because we were benched. And, like, being benched was the worst thing ever, but if you were 5th grade us, you basically make the best out of it. And so what happened was that I remember fucking fuck that. I remember that my teacher was straight out bitch. Like, no matter what, you'll try to, like, do your best. Like, one time I remember in the first, like, I'm not trying to get off track, but, like, one time in the first day, like, I almost fucking fell, and she got mad at me for almost fucking falling. And she's like, stop playing around. I'm like, I am not playing around. Like, I straight up almost fucking fell because someone got in my way, and that I almost fucking tripped over one of the legs that was hanging out from the fucking tables. She's like, whatever, I don't care, I don't believe you. I was like, okay, believe it or not, man, whatever. You know, and so I really hated her. And so what's funny was that we didn't know we were benched, but like, the walk of shame that me and my friend had to do the next day, since everybody found out about it, dude, you know, you never like the walk of fucking shame. When you know you did something bad, but like yet it wasn't even your fault because it was your friend's fault for doing that shit in the first place. You know, like I bet you guys get me, honestly. And so like, I didn't know we were fucking benched for a week. And so I remember we weren't supposed to be benched outside. We were supposed to be benched in the office. And so I remember one of the supervisors, like, shout out to him because he was very fucking chill, like, honestly. Like, I remember at first when he came in, he was all mean and yell at people, but like you just have to get to know him and not test his patience because, you know, he's a very cool guy. And, well, I remember he just came up to us and, you know, like, yo, what's up, guys? Like, I know what happened. Honestly, don't care, you know, like, I'm just here to say, you know, there's a time and place for everything. But, like, this wasn't the place for that time. And I was like, oh my god, you're talking like how my dad told me. He told me, though, like, because literally, straight up, on the day I took the magazines, my dad told me, there's a time and place for everything, son, but not that. And so, yeah, you know, I had to spend a week, well, most of my week in the office being benched. And, yeah, it fucking sucked. And so, yeah, guys, I hope you guys like the story time. You comment, like, subscribe if you're new. I know people are not gonna watch this, honestly. Shout out to Frankie. He actually thought it was a good idea to talk about this story time because I straight up asked him if I should do it. And so, yeah, honestly, like, shout out to Frankie. I will leave his link in the description below for his channel. He does story times. He actually inspired me because yesterday I was thinking about doing it. So I texted him on Instagram and he said hell yeah, dude, I think that would be a banger. And so, yeah, shout out to Frankie. He's gonna shout out this video, he told me. And so, hope you guys have a wonderful day. Peace out. Goodbye.